Hector Gavilla, and I oppose the red light camera program. Now, those of you who are in favor of the program have always told us that it's about preventing accidents. However, what I would like to do is direct you to, starting on page 10 of the 2014 annual report for the red light safety program. And what you will see is that in your own report, at 44 locations of red light camera locations, there was an increase in accidents. So to me, that doesn't seem like it's a success. Actually, they mentioned that on page 11. The other alarming statistic is that rear-end collisions actually increased throughout all the red light camera locations. Now, the other thing that you're trying to tell us as well is that the red light cameras prevent T-bone collisions, but that's not actually true, because when you have an intersection that, for example, is on Comac Road in front of the meat farms, and across the street is an entrance to a residential neighborhood where there's never been a history of T-bone accidents, how can you say that that location, the cameras actually prevented T-bone accidents that never existed? However, what I will tell you, in this 2014 report, at the entrance of the meat farms, accidents increased by 100% after the year that they installed the cameras. So this program is clearly a failure. Now, if you look at the summary of the accidents, total accidents before, at all these 100, there's 100 red light camera locations. So the average accidents before the cameras were installed were 1,073 per year. After the cameras were installed, there was an average of 1,040 a year. So there was only a reduction of about 30 accidents a year. That, to me, is a failure. Are you proud of that? That we have red light cameras, but it only reduced about 30 accidents per year? I don't think so. I don't think that that's a success in my book. You will also look at the summary page of the rear-end accidents throughout Suffolk County, and before the cameras were installed, there were an average of 302 rear-end collisions at these locations before the cameras were installed, but after, it actually increased to 429 per year at the red light camera locations. Why? Because people are jamming on their brakes. Just like Robert Trotter told me the other day that his own daughter is jamming on the brakes at a location that didn't even have a red light camera. So what you're doing is you're changing people's behaviors every time they see a yellow light, because they don't know when that red light is going to change. And one last thing, one other lie that you're perpetrating is you're saying that it's going to prevent fatal accidents. Not true. There was an accident recently that was mentioned in Newsday in East Patchoque, a fatal accident, and it happened at a red light camera location. The red light camera failed to save this man's life. Failed. So it's not helping.
Okay, Mr. Gavilla, your time is up, but Legislator Calarco has a comment.
Mr. Gavilla, how do you allege that a drunk driver who ran off the road and hit a man walking on the sidewalk was the result of the red light camera not properly stopping somebody at a red light? We had a drunk driver who should have never even been on the road in the first instance.
That's right, Mr. Calarco. That's what you and I both agreed. We both agree. Accidents are caused by poor decisions. Somebody who's drinking or driving, who's texting. Wait, let me speak, please. Okay? Someone who's texting, driving, someone who's a drunk driver, they're bad drivers. They cause accidents. We both agree. Red light cameras will never prevent fatal accidents. That's my point, sir.
So we should pull. So the solution. I let you speak. Now you let me speak.
Yes.
The solution you're suggesting then is we eliminate all traffic control laws and let people just do whatever they want and let people get hurt because they're not willing to abide by the law, since they're texting while driving and they're doing whatever it is they may be driving and they're not willing to obey the law. They're willing to drive drunk. So let's just let them do it, including run through red lights.
Okay, no, I did not say that. You're saying that. What I said, if you review the transcript after this meeting and the videotape of what I said I am not saying that. I am saying enforce the law, but do not perpetrate a lie and say that the red light cameras prevent accidents, because they never will.
They certainly have, and as a matter of fact, since overall traffic accidents since the program started across all county roads has skyrocketed because of distracted driving, because more people are texting and driving and emailing and driving and doing whatever else they're doing with their phone while driving. This program has been even more successful because the reality is there would have been an increase of accidents at every one of these intersections as well, on top of what we've seen.
That's a hypothetical, and that
And yours is a hypothetical as well, Mr. Gavilla. I'm done talking to you. Thank you very much.
These are facts, sir.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Gavilla. Your time is up.
No, I have a chance to answer, because I am not talking about hypotheticals. If you review what I just said, I'm talking about facts, that there's increases in rear-end accidents because people don't know when that light's going to turn red, and you're illegally charging people $80. You know it, because New York State only authorized Suffolk County to charge $50. This is all about revenue. It has never been about safety. You're wrong, Mr. Calarco, and anybody who doesn't support Robert Trotta is wrong.
Legislator Trotta, you have a question?
Yeah, you seem to go over the numbers, and you brought up a point that I brought up to you. I have a question. Did you look into it? You know, my daughter got in an accident because she slammed on the brakes at a yellow light, and there was no
Question.
red. I'm getting to this question.
Okay.
My question is, did you look at the overall increase? Because clearly, if that happened to my daughter, it happened more than 30 times in the county where someone did this. Now, there's really no way to measure that, except for an increase overall in all actions. Have you looked at any of that data? Because I really couldn't find it. I tried briefly.
Well, what I saw was that in the personal injury data, okay, I did not see any significant decrease in accidents. So when we look at the overall data, what we saw was also an insignificant decrease in accidents. And it's false to say that red light cameras alone helped in any decrease. So what I saw was in the overall data of accidents at those locations, they only went down from 1,073 down to 1,040. That's embarrassing, and there's no way that you could say that red light cameras attributed to that. No way. Cameras only record. Yes.
Did you go over any of the locations, like in my legislative district, there's 3 that they actually increased 100%. Can you tell me how many locations they increased more than 100%?
Well, I'd have to review the data, and you have this data in front of you, but, you know, for example, in Dorothea and Conant Road, we had a significant increase in accidents in that one location. I mean, it was an area that there were no accidents, and then all of a sudden, in 1 year, it jumped by 100%.
Thank you.
I mean, this is disgusting what you're
for
doing.
council, if that's appropriate at this point, I'm not sure. My question is the county under any liability if we're putting a camera up and the accidents increase over 100%, and now we are now aware of it? Is there some kind of liability that we should be either stopping them at this location or reassessing them or something? Because, you know, if my kid got in an accident and they got hurt, and I looked at this data and I saw that there was an increase of 100% when they put these cameras up and nothing was done, I would think that the county would be on a hook for something here.
Absolutely. I disagree.
Absolutely.
I
agree. Conducted investigation.
Excuse me, if you cannot be quiet, you've had your chance to speak. Council was asked a question, he's answering the question.
This is a state authorized program. The other thing is, you know, you would never, you know, you have to show that something is approximate cause of an accident. And, you know, you're never going to, a stationary camera is never going to be the proximate cause of a automobile accident. That's off the top. But I'm not concerned about liability to the county with this program now.
Okay, thank you. Next speaker is Bruce Kagan.